Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big deals. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
Grrr, grrr, grrr. Monfu podcast, money up, no funny up, dummy. You know what I mean? Pro Day gonna make a paper.
Trayvon Martin, man. F. George Zimmerman. Sorry, let that out. Keep on.
I'm gonna just let you have the intro from now on, because every time I try to do that, you fuck my shit up. So,
nigga, of course I'm gonna interrupt you. That's my thing.
Man, I mean, whatever. Anyways, money up, no funny up podcast. We ain't even trying to cuss on the joint. You know what I mean? Get your in my bag merchandise. Get that money up, no funny up merchandise. Get that pink.
I got a message for the YouTube robot. I gotta get these bars off. I know y'all be going by the transcript. And here's another thing that's true about YouTube. You know, YouTube's advertisements are based on that too, right? So if we say car, expensive car,
Bentley,
BMW, expensive car. I just want to see if that works.
Not my car.
On the set.
So anyways, man, go get that pink merchandise. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, we're winding down to the end of the month. I'm in my bag merch.
Man, this month flew by. That's crazy.
Monthful merch, facts. We out here, man. If you haven't checked out the EP already, make sure you go do that. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. You know what I mean? Cause
new Strictly for the Fans merch is coming out, and I'm going to be doing bundle packages with those. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I want to do something special. I'll talk about that later. But we're going to do a bundle package with CDs, wristbands, and then a shirt or whatever it is. So
all that. On the set. So anyways, what we talking about today, Doug Gay? What we talking about? Let me get my...
Shout out to all y'all for watching all the Monthful episodes, whoever does that. We are talking about Eminem and Joyner Lucas today because... When I announced that, or when they announced that they were going to do a song together, when I did the video, I didn't talk about Joyner had a whole interview that I didn't even talk about. I just said, it's confirmed. They essentially said what I wanted to hear from and stuff like that. But there's a whole interview that went with it.
On the set.
So what we going to do is we're going to talk about that interview. We're going to read it, break it down, figure out what they're really talking about. Let me pull it up too. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. Stick around to the password. What's it called?
The code word.
Code word of the day.
The code.
Okay. So, you want me to start reading it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm reading this off Enemy, that's a bar. NME.com. The article is called On the Set. No, it's called Joyner Lucas confirms that Eminem will be on the new album. Okay. Joyner, the first quote they got is, he's a really good guy. We've had some dope, deep conversations. Now let me just stop off that first part. There's got to be something that Eminem sees different in Joyner that he didn't see in a lot of people he worked with, even his own artists.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because he's with Joyner and works with Joyner and co-signs Joyner like he's
his artist. Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. That's
why, like on the Boogie video, why I may be a little upset. Like, bro, you should be doing this for Boogie too. Like, at this point, why would Joyner be Eminem's artist? You know what I'm saying? He got the Eminem stimulus pack. Not only did he get a feature on his biggest album of the year, but then also got a video and then got another feature. Like, yeah, he got the stimulus pack. Like, that's like the Dr. Dre did for M.
Yeah, like
that's like Guilty Conscience and Forgot About Dre right there. It's Lucky You or whatever this song's gonna be.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's not too many people who just out the gate get that M coast, not just the M cosign, like literally records with M like that, like
yeah, that's beyond the cosign. That's the passing the torch down.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, the first, like, think about 50, like, Patiently Waiting was like, I mean, I mean, obviously he co-signed him because he was signed to Aftermath, clearly, but I'm saying, I mean, well, Interscope, but
well, this is crazy. Right now, low key, this might be kind of more of a co-sign, because think about it. He gave 50 the co-sign as in interviews. He would talk about 50. That's his artist, new dude in the street, always keeping 50 Cent in his mouth. Pause. But the thing that's funny, 50 only got one verse. Like in the
facts.
Got one verse, and it wasn't even a single. It was one verse. Number 13? I still remember. It was like number 13.
Yeah, something like that.
Number 11 and 13. It was like towards the end of the album type joint, or middle of the album type joint. So it was like even that. So I'm saying that he's doing stuff with Joyner like I feel like he hasn't done with anybody really.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts.
Okay, so the article goes on to say, oh, well, he said he's a really good guy. Had deep conversations. I could see that. I could see them. Man, I don't know. Joyner says Joyner has confirmed that Eminem feature will be on his upcoming album, speaking to Zane Lowe on Apple Beach 1.
Right.
The rapper confirmed that he'll team up with Eminem on ADHD, effectively returning the favorite after he appeared on Kamikaze, which is exactly what I said. That's why I said that wasn't that crazy. I was like, it's literally like they could have done that the same day type shit. That's not even kind of crazy.
Right.
But Eminem has been someone that I've always considered the greatest ever to ever do it, Lucas explained. You can hear it in my music that I'm heavily influenced by that. Facts. Remember when we was talking about how Eminem birthed, like, what was different from him, Jay, and Wayne? I mean, Wayne did it too. But we were talking about Wayne, actually. I don't remember who we were talking about, regardless. But we were saying, like, what was... The M and Wayne have birthed a style of hip-hop.
Yes.
Have birthed a subgenre of hip-hop.
Facts.
So... People like it goes all the way from the Hobsons to the Joyners. It goes all the way from the Logics to the Joyners. Like those are all people who came off of Eminem's Stress Tree.
Man, yeah, no. There's definitely not a lot of I mean, there's not a lot of people that get that kind of cosign from Eminem. We've talked about several times, like on our own outside of this podcast, but we've talked about several times how the two niggas that co-sign you that make you just larger than life is Dr. Dre and Eminem. Just the two cosigns that you get, and it's just like kind of the rest
no
of history,
cosign is bigger than Dr. Dre's cosign. Even Eminem's isn't even close.
Well, I mean, because he co-signed M. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like that's
Dr. Dre's shooting percentage is damn near 50%. Like, who has Dr. Dre put something behind that didn't become the biggest? It's almost like a default.
Yeah,
it's almost like hip hop is the train you're supposed to. Like, if Dr. Dre says, hey, this guy is cool, it's like, oh, all right, well, let's make him go platinum. Because it's not even just like, he's the next guy. It's like, he is the next guy for the next... Kendrick.
I was about to say. Because Kendrick was big. So do you think that women, weed, and weather for the win? Do you think that's what made Kendrick, like, blow, like... Because that was the first song they did together. But to me, when I remember listening to Kendrick, like, Section 80.
Yeah, but that was different.
It was way different because he was still rapping with, like on some...
Women, Weed, and Weather was Kendrick's big song at the time because I remember that's how a lot of people were referring to him as. So... And not even that, because Dr. Dre was co-signing him before that. You remember that video where Kendrick's crying on stage when they pass the torch down? That was Snoop. Like, I'm telling you, it's not... The Dr. Dre co-sign comes with so much that it almost is a default. Yeah. Because Snoop co-signs you, Eminem co-signs you. That's it. That's all you need. Like, once it's Snoop and M, like, Snoop and Dre, and then nobody's really going to go against that. Like,
yeah, no, that's a fact. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm obviously a Joyner fan. I've said that a bunch of times on the shit. Joyner is dope. I'm definitely interested to see what that's...
Wait, hold on. Here's another interesting part. They say... Joyner says we're into Joyner Lucas territory, storytelling territory. If you've ever heard, like, was it Lance Capriati or that Capriati song? Joyner Lucas is, I think, a very great storyteller, obviously. I don't just say I think Joyner Lucas is one of the greatest storytellers that's out right now, period. That's what me and M, we both do best. He created one of the best records ever in life, which was Stan. I'm heavily inspired by that record, too. He's a really good person, man. He's a really good guy. We've had some dope, deep conversations, and it goes on for a little bit more. But that's another thing, too, I think that's slept on is Joyner Lucas' storytelling ability. Because sometimes, like, have you heard that Lance Capriati
Oh,
song?
yeah. That's actually the song that put me on Joyner Lucas. That made
most people. Yeah.
Because, that's a very, very... My friend... What's crazy is that my friend actually told me, it was in 2009. I specifically remember this because I was at my friend's house and we was just talking and he told me about that kid. Like, he told me about that story because I don't know why. He just told me about that story. So, like, you know, I knew about the story before I even heard the song. But, like, when you hear the song, man, that shit... It's crazy, bro. That's like a real, like, that dude Joyner, man, he be breaking story. The thing that's so crazy is that I feel like for the first, like, few years of him rapping, nobody even really knew what Joyner Lucas looked like. And, like, the fact that he was telling stories like that, bro, like, that nigga's different, bro. He's a very different breed of rapper.
Yeah. But I think they're going to go into some real storytelling shit, obviously, like you said. Get to the real storytelling back. I hope it's like on the levels of some Lance Capriati stuff because that's gonna be able to spot like just looking at it like a YouTuber wise.
It's definitely not. His name is definitely not Lance, by the way. It's Ross, but
Ross. There it is, Ross. But I feel like with the story that it would allow me to do like real out my reaction, motherfucker, but then like the breakdown of the story because that whole Ross Capriati thing can have like a reaction, but then a reaction to the actual story because of the song and the story. So I think it's gonna be a dope track. I think it's gonna go viral. I think Joyner Lucas had a hell of an end of the year, boy. Golly.
I mean, yeah, and this is gonna. I mean, this is the end of the year. They usually, well, not usually, when people drop albums in the third part of the year, especially towards the late of the third part of the year, they always consider that next year's work, like when it comes to awards and shit like that. So I'm interested, man, because the thing about Joyner, he's like a cheat code. Because, like, I will say that he's a person that I feel like people are going to, when I say people, I mean white people, to be completely honest with you. Like, I feel like the thing with Joyner is that he has white people on his side, and the thing is his music has a good message as well, and he's like a positive type of nigga when he speaks. So like when it comes to like,
not always, but yeah, he's got that. He can be.
Yeah, but I'm saying like what you
anti-logic.
Yeah, no. That's fine, but I'm speaking as in like his music, like when the stories that he tells in his music are shit that's gonna way beyond transcend hip hop. I mean, like the I'm not racist shit, like that was some news. That was some Fox News, CNN, MSNBC type
that's
shit.
That's why he goes. He's smart. And then here's another thing too. It's very smart to drop at the end of the year. Wink, wink. Strictly for the fans out right now. Very smart to drop at the end of the year because people tend to remember the end of the year is the representation of the year.
Facts.
It's usually when people think of it, because that's how people's minds work. Like in 2019, when they're thinking of 2018, they're going to be talking about Drake's album. They're going to be talking about Nicki's album. They're going to be talking about M's album. And that's really more towards the end of the year shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he set himself up to be running 2019. Like he's setting himself up to be the face of 2019 because, yo, son, like, I don't see somebody. I want to know what his first week is gonna do. That's where I'm very interested to see, like, how many albums he's going to sell after this type of buzz. Because, like, what's the last rapper that you think had this type of buzz? With this type of cosign behind him.
Now let's say, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves, because let's wait for the, because the buzz is here, right?
Facts.
But if it's not delivered on the way, then he can still just go back to where it was. He needs to deliver too. Now,
yeah, but how could he really? Okay, so in what way though? Because I feel like for Joyner, if anything's better than the last shit that he did, that's gonna be a lot better. But
what I'm saying is, in order for Joyner to be like looked at as that guy, there needs to be something that the Eminem thing is definitely enough for him to transcend and cross over the two Eminem joints. Very much so. Joyner's name is bigger than it's ever been. He's getting more followers. His video's getting watched very, obviously. But he's got to stay doing it. He's got to drop that video with M.
Facts.
He's got to do some stuff that's going to last to 2019. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
He's
saying
definitely got to be public. He's got to be more public than he is, I think.
Yeah, I'm not saying troll and stuff, but I mean, like, go to these not everyday struggle, but the Joe Budden podcast, do your little interview, get your little viral moments off on that.
Yeah.
Go to your Hot 97s, Breakfast Clubs, do that, and drop things like, his first single was a good look.
Yeah. It did numbers too. It did numbers too.
It got 4 million views
yeah,
over it. The first day had 4 million views.
It has 4 million views now in 4 days, so. Well, I didn't even click on it.
It's got to be lagged though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually click on. Yeah, it says 4.1 million views.
It had 4.1 the first day. It's got to be lagged.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, the thing is that he's a nigga that I feel like he pushes that bar agenda. I think that that's going to be a big thing for him in 2019, because if he comes out rapping, and I think that that's like, obviously we talked about that, like that being the popular thing right now and stuff like that. But I think I would be interested to see if he would go to Joe Budden or not, because of the whole M situation.
Right. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That's the only thing. Like, I wonder, like, because I think that would be
viral in itself.
Yeah,
just him going. He has.
Yeah. See, but I think that would be like a crazy look. But like right now, other than the Breakfast Club,
if he goes up there and just kind of goes in on Joe,
yeah. See, I don't. But the thing is like, I don't really know if the Breakfast Club would help him at this moment.
Nah, he gotta do all that stuff, man.
He's got to, but I mean, do you really think that the Breakfast Club interview? I think honestly, more of like a Sway interview will help him more.
A Breakfast Club interview is gonna get him a bunch of new eyes. But regardless, it's gonna get a new base of people to pay attention to that dude.
But like, you think that I feel like if they had a Joyner Lucas, okay. If they would have had that 6 months ago, I feel like that would be more of a thing. But, like, the Breakfast Club hasn't really had any good interviews like that recently.
Regardless, he just has to go up there and just lay his foot down. I'm not saying, like, go in on it. I mean, just, like, put an imprint that he's there so people will watch. I mean, because it's going to, regardless if it gets a bunch of views or not, it's going to get a bunch of views. But it's going to get a different eyes and more officialness on him. He don't gotta do a Vlad interview. The thing that annoys me is all he does is like a Vlad interview.
No, I think he's kind of too big for Vlad. Vlad like gets big interviews, but they be fake big interviews sometimes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
I mean, he's not getting. Vlad isn't getting. Every person that Vlad gets is like successful, but they're not the mainstream success. It's more of like he doesn't get too many mainstream success acts. Not anymore.
You think Joyner mainstream right now? Already? You think Joyner mainstream?
No, I don't think that, but I think that Joyner's like very known. Like, very known. Like, everybody in hip hop right now, I think, would know the name Joyner Lucas. They might not be able to say A song, they might not, but they know the name Joyner Lucas. I feel like that's the one thing to me I feel like his name is bigger than who he is.
And his face?
Than him. The name Joyner Lucas rings bells, but I don't know if everybody knows what Joyner Lucas is from or for or about or anything of the sort.
He's definitely got songs that are bigger than him. I Am Not Racist is bigger than him. There's niggas who are having like city hall meetings about that shit, and probably a lot of them don't know who Joyner Lucas is.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's what I'm like. I mean, Tory Lanez is kind of like that too. You know what I mean? Like, Tory Lanez a nigga that people know the name Tory Lanez, but they might not know what or from what or. But I mean, I think that's one of the things that Joyner has to work on is making himself more of a visible person. He's gotta be famous. I mean, honestly, is what he's got to do. He's kind of he kind of puts himself in a box now just because he's not like. I've never seen Joyner like outside of, you know, everyday struggle and the videos he drops. You know what I mean? But like, he has like how many of those that have his face in it? Most of them don't.
A lot of them. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, random question. You check your mail today?
Nah, but it probably wouldn't come yet. Probably in like the next hour or so. But yeah, man, Monthful Podcast. Let us know in the comment section what you feel about this coming up. Joyner Project, ADHD, the Eminem feature, all that kind of stuff. Go get that merch. My son over here sleep. You dig? We out here.
I got this itch I can't reach and it's killing me.
It's the money up, not the funny up. The secret word is. Hold on. It's got to be something you can't even spell.
No, it could be something you can spell.
It's got to be like. Put that in the comment section.
Nah, don't do that.
Hey, what you mean? What you mean? I want somebody to spell that.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a weird one. Do one that's like banana bread or some shit.
Banana bread? That's so basic.
Nigga. Yeah. That makes way more
Skip,
sense.
skedaddle, and are way more in the same wavelength than banana bread. Man, put banana bread in the comment section if you like that. You heard? Get your money up, not your funny up. Dummy, be out here. You heard? What?
You a dumbass, dog.
Man, you dumb. You stupid. Shut up. You talking stupid. Dumb as hell. Boo.